name's Julio DeSantos, once again, for those who don't know me. It's a Sunday morning. It's a little chilly out. That's why I have my sweatshirt on. But I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited to make this video. I'm excited to share this information with you. And I'm excited at the fact that you're excited about what I have to say, right? So what I want to talk about in this video is who do you listen to in your circle of influence? And why that's so important, obviously. Now, I like to ask people, if you had two people in one ear basically telling you, you can do it, they're supporting you, they're rooting for you pretty much, right? And in the other ear, you have 98 people telling you you can't do it, you should stop trying, give up, right? Bashing you, who do you listen to? Now, that's kind of a trick question because in reality, it doesn't matter how many people are rooting you on. It doesn't matter how many people are bashing you, right? Who you should listen to is the person who has the results you want. The person who has already accomplished whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, right? For example, if you want to get good at basketball, right, you should probably study Michael Jordan. You're not going to take notes or take advice from David Beckham, who's a soccer player, on how to become the greatest basketball player of all time. It's just not going to happen. Same with if you want to get rich, if you want to be wealthy beyond your wildest dreams, you should learn from someone who has already done that. Now, on that note, for those who don't know, 3% of people in our country own 97% of the money. That means 97% of people, right? That's the majority of the people. That's, our parents, our counselors, our professors, our coaches, whoever it is. Majority of people do not know how to make money, right? Your dad, who might be making 70 grand a year at a bank, right, can't give you sound advice on how to go make $1 million a year. He can probably give you good advice on how to make between 70 to 100 grand a year maybe, but he cannot give you validated information on how to go make $1 million a year. Because guess what? If he truly knew how to do it, and if his advice was that correct and that sound, he would already be out there making $1 million a year. It's sad, but it's true, right? So if people don't have what you want, right, if their results don't match up with that you're trying to achieve, I'm not trying to be rude, but their advice or what they're trying to say is next to meaningless. Because what it is, dude, when people are trying to give you advice and they don't have the results that you want, what they're giving you is theory. They're giving you regurgitated information, right, with no validity whatsoever. And so, once you do find someone who has what you want, right, so say basketball with Michael Jordan, right, you see Michael Jordan, you want to become the best basketball player ever, you start watching his films, you start studying him, right, listen to him, and then emulate him, right, do what he does. What I like to say, if you do what they do and you say what they say, chances are you're going to get what they get every single time. And what I mean by that, for example, Michael Jordan, if you want to become great at basketball, you should see what time he wakes up, what he does in his morning routine, right? How many hours a day he plays basketball, what he does in his week, what he does in his month, right? How he manages his time. Because if you adopt the habits of successful people and you start to put them into place in your daily action, right, your daily routine, guess what, dude? You're going to become successful, right? By portraying those habits, you're going to attract success into your life. So once you find someone who has what you want, it's important that you study them and you emulate everything that they do. And guess what? Eventually you will get what they have. And my personal experience with kind of this topic right here, right? My whole life I was a rebel. I was hard-headed. I never listened to anybody. I didn't listen to my parents. I didn't listen to teachers. I didn't listen to my coaches. Never listened to anybody. And I unconsciously did that. Right? I don't know why. I thought I was just a rebel, hard-headed. But now knowing what I know, I unconsciously didn't listen to them because they didn't have what I want. Now, I didn't know that. I didn't know that's the reason why I didn't listen to them before. But now it kind of makes sense, right? I didn't listen to them because no one had. I've never met anyone in my life who had the results that I wanted up until, somewhat recently. Now, when I did find someone who had what I wanted, right, I was introduced to a buddy of mine, who's a buddy of mine now, but I was introduced to him through a mutual friend, right? He told me, come meet my friend, you got to hear about what he's doing. And so, I'm an open-minded individual, right? So I was with it. I was like, okay, I'll talk to him, pick his brain a little bit. And so when I met him, I found out he was about like a 20-year-old college student who was working on his own time, right, making his own hours, traveling all through the United States, right, just talking to people and educating people and sharing knowledge. And that's what really clicked in my head. I was like, okay, this kid is doing basically something that I would want to do, right? He has results that I would want. He was making about $5,000 a month, which at the time I was working full time plus overtime most weeks as a manager at KFC, making less than half of what this dude was making. And his job was to talk to people, get to know them, and to spread information, working on his own time with no boss. My mind was blown. I was like, okay, dude, I found someone who has what I want. I listened to him, took his advice, and I told myself I was going to be coachable, and I learned. And now what I'm doing is basically giving you guys the information that I've learned throughout the 8 months of my real journey to, not only success, but kind of finding myself as an individual and finding my core beliefs and what I truly believe in. And so once I found him, I've just been studying every single day. I've been waking up a lot earlier than I used to. My daily habits are 10 times different than what they used to be, right? And the hand in hand, now I'm starting to get the results I wanted. Now, the next thing I really want to talk about is your circle of influence, right? Now that you know who you should listen to, right? Who you should take advice from, who you should emulate, now take a look at who do you associate with. There's actually a saying that I like that I heard somewhere along the line saying that you're a direct reflection of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And then also they say that your income is going to be the average income of those 5 people you spend the most time with. So with that being said, think about it. Who are the 5 people you spend the most time with throughout, your days, your weeks, along the months? So who are the 5 people you spend the most time with? Now look at those 5 people, and is that a direct reflection of what you want to be in life? Is that a direct reflection of what you want your income to be in life? If you're not agreeing, you're saying, yeah, I don't know if I want to be like that. I don't know if I only want to make that much money, right? Then you should probably reevaluate and think about who you're hanging out with. And I used to disagree, man. My older brother, used to tell me all the time when I was younger, you are who you hang out with. And I used to disagree. I was like, no, just because they do certain things doesn't mean I'm like that or I'm gonna do that or it's gonna rub off on me or anything like that. I just like them because they came from a similar position like myself, and I can relate to them, and they kind of have a better understanding than most everybody else has, right? Because they can relate to myself also. Now, what I found out is, yeah, that's true, and yeah, it didn't exactly mean, that I'm gonna go do things or, this or that, but it was holding me back, and I finally realized that, right? Because I was hanging around those people, and I was the one pushing them, trying to, get them to better themselves and, find it. What I like to say is plant a seed in their head and inspire them to water it, right? So I was trying to do that this whole time with my friends because I cared about them. But what I realized is if I just took myself out of that equation for a moment and spent my time with 5 people who are doing that to me, right? Who are trying to inspire me, who are pushing me, who are challenging me, right? Who are planting a seed in my head and inspiring me to water it, things are going to be a little different, right? So where I was, it was holding me back. With the group of people I was hanging out with, I loved them to death, but it wasn't going to take me to where I wanted to go. And I realized that. And once I did realize that, I started changing, who I spend my time with. And it has made all the difference. So really just a quick overcap, right, of this, what I went over. It doesn't matter how many people are telling you you can't. It doesn't matter how many people are telling you you can't. Listen to those who have what you want, right? Now, once you find someone who has what you want, you study them and you emulate what they do, right? Now, once you find someone who has what you want, once you start learning from them, studying them, and emulating them, Then you look at who you're associating yourself with, who's your circle of influence. And then from there, you make adjustments, right? And you'll be amazed where life takes you. Now, I mean, it's getting a little long right now. So I'm gonna let you guys go. That's basically everything I wanted to cover just in this video today. I'm excited for the next video. I might have to come out with another one somewhere in the middle of the week, like maybe Wednesday, just because I have so much information that I'm ready to share with you guys. I'm excited that I've actually gotten a lot of positive feedback. So once again, to give me some more feedback. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't like, anything else you would want me to hear cover in future videos or whatever it is. I'm excited and I'm ready to share everything that I know with you guys and really just try to make an impact on this life, because knowledge is power. And one more thing I do want to say is knowledge is great, but knowledge that's not put to use is useless, right? Because you can know all these things, like, okay, yeah, now I know who I should listen to, now I know who I should associate with, but if you don't go and put that into action, if you still hang around the same people and you still listen to the same people as you did before, right? Then you're not going to get anywhere. So knowledge is great, but you have to put it to use. Now, with that being said, I'm going to let you guys go. Once again, if you guys want to work with me, I'll put the link in the description box, and I would love to talk to you. I'm a success coach, so whatever it is you're doing, right? Even if you don't want to work with me, but say you're in business for yourself, say you're in marketing, you're in sales, or you just have an entrepreneurial mindset and you kind of need help and want to bounce back ideas on whatever it is you're doing, I would love to do that. So just hit me up. I'll have my email there. Add me on Facebook. And yeah, I look forward to hearing with you guys. I'm looking forward to speaking with you again. All right. Have a great one.